Hey, it's me again. I'm Pat McMahon, and it's this again, where I say, let me introduce you to, oh, and before I actually do the introduction, do let me do a little memory jogger, okay? American Idol, even before Lionel Richie, was around with a huge live audience and exciting performers. And that's why I'm introducing you to one of them now.
Scott MacIntyre minus the electric guitar tonight. So years of preparation, weeks and weeks and weeks of competing, and it comes down to this moment. Simon?
You remember Scott MacIntyre. And we're not going to let him forget, because Scott, listen, we have you on more than any other American Idol person.
Really?
Yes, you. Now, is this your home, you and your lovely wife, Christina?
It is. Christina and I live in the valley here. We love it. And it's been very good to us.
American Idol was very good to you. What, if you will, just go back to do a brief reflection on that period of time and the period shortly thereafter.
Well, it was exciting because it really allowed me to connect with a lot of people very quickly, people I'd never thought I would connect with. And well, like people in the jungles of Africa who were running cable out to their villages to watch the show, and people in India, and people just all over the place. And I was excited to make music at the time, but what I realized is that people need hope. And for some reason, seeing my white cane, come out on the stage, seeing me sing in spite of that really gave people a lot of encouragement.
You're both kind of missionaries too, aren't you, Christina?
Yeah.
So we are. So we are musical missionaries. So we share the gospel where we can and bring hope to people, true hope that lasts. We definitely try to share as much as we can through music, and we actually have a podcast that came out of our TV special. Both are called Enduring Hope. And so tune in with us. We'd love to have people listen. We share a lot of things, but it's all about bringing hope to people in a hurting world.
Scott, I don't have to tell you, everybody does. You're a remarkable talent. You've been given a number of gifts from the gift giver, the voice, your ability to also translate messages through your piano. All of that in spite of the lack of sight and the lack of kidney health. I mean, you have 2 kidney transplants.
Yeah, and as you know, people may not know, the second transplant was given to me by an anonymous living donor. Someone I'd never met, never done anything for, that wanted to help me. And so I think about today, Pat, and there's so much fear in the world. There's a lot of fear right now, and fear can control us if we're not careful. And so we want to help people say goodbye to fear. That's what the podcast is about, and find a hope that overcomes fear, a hope that lasts.
Christina, as a mom, now come on, let's talk about 2 of the most gorgeous children on the planet.
Well, thank you, Pat. I'm a little biased, but our son, Christian, is almost 6, and our daughter, Stella, is almost 2.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And we are actually homeschooling our son. And so I think that is one of the most fun things we've done together so far.
Tell us more about that, because there's some folks now who are contemplating the idea of homeschooling. For better or worse, I am the product of homeschooling all through grade school, because my parents were dancers and they were on the road all the time, and I would have had to have changed schools every 3 weeks. Why did you decide?
Well, we have something else in common then, Pat. We were all homeschooled. Yeah. So as a parent, you are your child's first teacher. And you love them more than anyone else. So I think it's a very natural thing for a parent to keep teaching their child. We want our children to have our values. We want them to be able to experience real life with us and create a bond with their sibling.
Besides the podcast, you still perform live, don't you?
Yeah. done a lot of traveling this year so far, and gotten to be with a lot of people, young and old, and have some new music coming out on my birthday in a couple of days here coming up.
Well, now let me see. Plug the podcast. Is it an album that you've got coming out?
I have a single coming out, but there will be more singles after that. So all of it, podcast, everything, it's all on scottmcintyre.com.
Selling jams and jellies at the farmer's market. All of those things continue to be a part of the business life of the MacIntyre family. By the way, how do we find the podcast?
You can get it wherever you listen to podcasts. It's called Enduring Hope with Christina and Scott MacIntyre. Christina's name is first. Our producer said it sounds expensive.
Very wise.
So, okay.
Very
So
wise.
you can find it wherever you listen.
Listen to this segue now. Stand by. Okay, you ready? Enduring Hope is the name of the podcast. Well, my enduring hope is that you come down here regularly. How about that, huh?
People love it.
Scott MacIntyre. And of course, those people who are at the front of the list when it comes to being the first named in the MacIntyre family. Christina, why not? This is Pat McMahon, and aren't you glad I've introduced you?